The biggest gain of the past 10 years in China, I think, was the improving of my Chinese skills, because only this really opens the door to understanding a foreign culture and a nation, making friends. Hi, my name is Dennis Behnke. I'm from Hamburg, Germany, and on this very day 10 years ago I came to China to work as a management consultant. What I love most about China is the beauty of her nature, the diversity of her cuisine, and the depth of her script and culture. I became an ardent student of sinographs and literary Chinese. When I arrived in Shenyang on my very first day, and I took a taxi to the downtown, the taxi driver told me, "Gömmer, ni shan gar liu de xin bu?" So having studied 3 years standard Mandarin, of course I didn't understand any of it. So I tried to look up some of it, but then I had to ask friends, and this was really strong Dongbeihua. For example, the word "gai" means street in Dongbeihua. It's very interesting because actually in literary Chinese and Cantonese, for example, there's the same word. So somehow there's a kind of deep origin behind it, and no one really knows where it comes from. But it means street, and liuda is probably also related to Manchu, means something like strolling around. So words like this are very humorous, very funny, and something you need to get used to if you want to really practice your Mandarin here in Shenyang. Well, in the beginning it was more a kind of linguistic challenge, because Chinese is said to be a very difficult language. But then the more I studied, the more I got intrigued, especially by the depth of the Chinese characters and their history, their origins, but also literary Chinese. Many Chinese, especially local Dongbei Chinese, are surprised still when you can speak Mandarin. But they're even more surprised when you can speak Dongbeihua. So I remember in my first year I was in an elevator, 2 beautiful girls, they were talking in Chinese about me, and I wanted to surprise them. So I didn't use standard Mandarin, but I said in Dongbei Chinese, "Xiao Mer, ni men chou wo ge ha?" That was of course a big laughter on their side, because they were quite surprised not only of Chinese but also then the local dialect. As a management consultant, I am helping foreign companies prosper in China, and I am helping Chinese companies going global. In the past 10 years, I could visit nearly all provinces of China and many of her neighboring countries. Shenyang has a special place in my heart, because most of my work assignments took place here in Shenyang, and I think it's really a great place to be for foreigners. And the city offers really a lot of business opportunities, right between Beijing and Seoul, Changchun, Dalian. I think there's a huge potential still in Dongbei, so I'm quite optimistic concerning the development of Shenyang in particular, and Dongbei in general, in terms of business, but also further tourism and cultural development. I think it's still very good. So we have like a preferential industry policy, which is supporting very much many companies, labor costs that are reasonable, and there's still a lot of opportunities especially for the manufacturing area, be it like automotive or aviation or shipbuilding industry. I think there's a bright future for this. Well, as I said, Chinese companies going global, I think it's a must, because to be really a world-leading company, you somehow need to satisfy the world market, not only the domestic market. And I think on the other side, China's market is so big, so that foreign companies who are not operating in China are really missing a large part, firstly of customers, but also of new ideas, concepts, especially in terms of digitalization. There were huge leaps made in China here, so I believe for both sides it's really good to go both ways. Ich bin Dennis und hier in China.